now.
Introducing SmarterAid, success is only a sip away, presented for you guys, the Kodla Advertising Agency. Let's start off by talking about the need, right? Does a need exist for our product? And the answer is undoubtedly yes. How many times have you been the victim of stress when multiple things were expected of you? I'm sure the answer was quite a few times. Stress is not selective, it does not discriminate, we all experience it. But imagine ordinary stress being compounded infinitely and exponentially when the tasks you are undertaking could determine the rest of your life. Wouldn't be so pleasant, would it? And that brings us to our product, right? What are we selling? We here have the pleasure of selling SmarterAid, a bottled drink that truly has the potential to become the next big thing. SmarterAid comes in individual bottles and has the astonishing ability to raise the drinker's IQ by 10 points for a staggering 2 hours. Incredible! SmarterAid will allow the consumer to think critically and to make efficient decisions in high pressure situations. This already sounds pretty appealing from the get-go, doesn't it? And that brings us to who are we targeting, right? Who are our demographics going to be? And we are targeting young adults, specifically those between the ages of 25 and 29. This very broad demographic actually encompasses 21,101,849 people. So we are definitely not at a shortage of customers. We will actually target this group because their lifestyle includes college interviews, college finals, graduate studies, most notably job interviews. These are all very high pressure situations, and they are again ripe with that pressure because you feel the need to succeed. And SmarterAid will offer these people an avenue, a way in which they can stay sharp and attain that success that people in that age group so covetedly desire. And so let's talk about our TV ad. And I know you guys already viewed this TV ad beforehand, so let's talk a little bit more and delve into the appeals used within this TV ad. So our TV ad lists scenarios such as job interviews, college finals, and graduate studies that are all common occurrences within our target demographic. So this creates a relatable premise from the beginning before presenting the logical connection to SmarterAid, our product. And SmarterAid is also shown to be the result of years of research within our video. And this appeals to the ethos element because this makes the viewer trust the authenticity of SmarterAid. And then the logical connection between SmarterAid, being such a good esteemed product, and then the subsequent success and ability to have a higher IQ after drinking it, that link gets accentuated. And the viewers are then thinking SmarterAid is really gonna be the next big thing and I need to go buy it. And quick summary of our print ad, you can see the smaller version of it over here. You can see the varying shades of blue, the contrast between the black and blue, and just generally the bigger, popping out of the font, if you will. And we want to talk about the advertising appeals in our print ad, which again, you guys also had a chance to view, on a much larger scale prior to such presentation. So our print ad lists out scenarios like our TV ad, such as finals, internships, so as to be relatable with our audience, because all of them are undergoing such events in their lives. By appealing to this emotion, our ad then offers the solution SmarterAid in order to buy it in a concise manner. People in our target demographic don't have the time to sit down and read convoluted ads, or to read lists of reasons as to why SmarterAid is the thing to buy. By creating a relatable premise though, when they are busy, we still had that opportunity to sort of loop them in and get them interested in what we have to offer. And so it's worth noting that our hook asks the audience if they're stressed, so as to gain their attention prior to presenting the actual product. So this appeals to ethos as we are highlighting, their emotion of stress that unfortunately tends to be so prevalent within their lives. And now we're going to talk about ad expenses. We're going to be airing our ad both in magazines and on actual TV networks. From the perspective of magazines, we will run our ad in People's Magazine, which will accumulate a yearly cost of $2,418,000. And note that People's Magazine is a monthly issue, so this will be for 12 issues per year. This magazine is widely circulated in the US. It's actually the most widely circulated magazine in the US, and our target audience is well within the age group that uses this magazine. By marketing SmarterAid in this magazine, we will see a nationwide exposure to the brand. And it is likely that people in our target demographic are going to view SmarterAid so much more positively because of the brand quality that's already been established within People's Magazine. perspective of TV networks, we're going to be airing our TV ad during the hit CBS show Two Broke Girls. Okay, this show has primetime ratings and is targeted towards people in the young adult demographic, particularly females. So it is likely that we will attract attention and spread through word of mouth, hopefully, to people in our target group, even those that don't watch Two Broke Girls. This will be a hefty $3,330,660 again yearly, keeping in mind that this show airs during the fall and spring seasons, but the primetime ratings do make it well worth the cost. We are also going to be airing the ad during How to Get Away with Murder on the ABC network. This show has high ratings for ABC and is in their top 3 most watched TV shows, and it appeals to young adults who are more than likely to purchase SmarterAid, and this is much more balanced in terms of gender. This will cost $3,133,822, which is still expensive, but it's not nearly as much as the cost of primetime television, and it's still a very, very hot TV show right now. And being able to have an ad or a TV spot on this TV show will certainly, spike the amount of people buying SmarterAid. Lastly, we're going to be airing our ad during Supernatural on the CW channel. This show has long-time popularity and longevity. It's run about 14 seasons, and especially with the female demographic. So targeting this demographic should allow us to gain more brand exposure through the show and through word of mouth. This show will only cost, in comparison, $800,362 yearly, again during the fall and spring TV seasons. But it isn't as expensive as ABC or CBS, but we still get through to a target demographic, and ultimately that's what matters the most. Let's talk about our logo. Let's talk about our slogans. SmarterAid is our logo. So regarding the logo, the capitalization of the smart highlights the benefits of SmarterAid, while the logo, has the opposing color schemes over here and over here, create contrast. And in the way this whole logo meshes together tends to be very simplistic, right? So by having the smart pop out to you, because of the fact that it's all capitalized and the fact that it's in black, which is much, much more striking than the contrasting teal color, people are going to immediately see the word smart and they're going to be like, well, what's going on? To those of us that already know what SmarterAid is, the smart just accentuates the benefits of drinking SmarterAid. You become smarter for that 2-hour period. So definitely, our logo is very striking and it highlights the main core of our product. Our slogan is "Success is only a sip away," right? So this slogan touts success, which is something that appeals quite a bit in the young adult demographic on a daily basis. It's easy to remember and promotes a positive message in a very concise, catchy manner. And it certainly appeals to our target demographic because they don't have time to read long, convoluted slogans. Ultimately they're going to be very, very busy people living their lives. And this is just something that tends to basically stick in their heads and stick with them. As you mentioned in our TV ad, or as you saw in our TV ad, SmarterAid is, the drink-wise, is a very golden yellow shade. So we chose this particular color scheme because not only do the black and blue complement one another, they also create contrast with respect to the remainder of the drink. And so, there's going to be that contrast, and if you pass by a bottle of SmarterAid, you're going to be able to notice the logo and slogan because they strike out compared to the light yellow shade of the drink. So just to conclude, SmarterAid is a fantastic product with a wide target audience. We've talked about our wide demographic and how many people it encompasses. By correctly employing the aforementioned appeals, we at SmarterAid truly believe that we can appeal to the next big thing. We can make the next big thing. Such a wide target demographic out there, and nobody has really targeted this target demographic in such a way before. We've basically created a basis for innovation, and this premise has quite a bit of potential. And you can forget the feeling of stress that we talked about beforehand and focus on the task at hand regardless of the ramifications. So let's get out there and make the world a stress-free place with SmarterAid.